Today I'm going to talk about Swagger. So how do you use Swagger to design, build, and document your REST API? So just a brief introduction, I'm Shirley. So I've been working as a full-stack web application developer for 2 years, and right now I am a co-founder of uilicious. So the problem that I wanted to solve is that I need to document my REST APIs, and I used to document my REST APIs on Wiki, like how Mandrill does it here. So this is an example of how Mandrill document the REST API for sending a mail, a message. So they'll put a example response and an example request, and they'll tell you the schema on the next page. So this is parameters. You have your name of the parameters, the type of the parameters, what the parameters do, and the same thing for your return values. And you have nesting inside your schema. So the problem I found with documenting my APIs like this was that I'm spending more time formatting my documentation than actually writing it. So this kind of sucks. So I just thought, how can I generate my documentation? So I was thinking of using Postman at first, because I was already using Postman to test my APIs, and when I look at my tests, it kind of looked like some form of documentation. So there is when you create a test on Postman, there's actually a button somewhere that does, it's a new feature I believe. You can click on it, it says view documents, and it will generate your documents like this. So wow, this kind of like neat, really neat, but the problem is I can't tell people the schema of my request, so like I need to find another way to generate my documentation. So I was doing some more research, and I found a few specifications for a few frameworks for describing my API. So these are a few that I found that was quite interesting. One is called REML. Can't remember what the full, I think it's Restful API modeling language. And there's an API blueprint, and then there's Swagger. So among the three of these, I found that Swagger is the best. I'll tell you more about the other two later on, but Swagger is what I think is the most comprehensive and easy to use. So what is Swagger? So Swagger is actually also known as the Open API specification, and it is something that is promoted by the NIST Foundation. So it is a framework for describing APIs, for the discovery of APIs by humans and machines. So this actually means that it is, if you are familiar with SOAP APIs, which we used to use 4 or 5 years ago, and not anymore, I hope, it's a WSDL. So when I went on this rabbit hole, initially I was just asking how can I generate my documentation, but I found that if you have a framework for describing your API that allows the discovery of your APIs per machine, then you can ask more questions. So how can I prototype my API? How can I validate my API? How can I keep my specs and my documentation in sync? How can I share my API? So now there's a lot more things you can do with this framework. So this is how you write your API specification in Swagger. So you can write it in YAML or JSON, and it is very easy to learn. So I will later on teach you how to write the specs, if I can remember how to write the specs. Okay, so it's kind of hard to write these specs by hand, so there are tools that Swagger provides for you to help write the tool and to generate the document. So there are 3 core tools in Swagger. One is the editor for designing and writing your Swagger specification. The second is the Swagger code generation. So it helps you to generate your server-side stub codes and also to generate your client SDK. And then there is the documentation tool called Swagger UI. So the Swagger editor is a really great tool for writing your specs. So they have code completion, error checking, and you can actually preview and test your API like as you're writing your spec. So I'll do a quick demo later. And yeah, this is what I said earlier about the code gen. So you can generate your server start code in more than 20 languages. So you can see that I think there's, I'm not sure if there's Java in there, but there's JavaScript in there. Yeah, there's also ASP.NET and PHP, so and Rails. So I guess I'm not sure if it's useful because I'm not a fan of code generation. But what I like is that it generates the client SDK for you because I think it's quite paid to write client SDKs, and it can generate in 40 over languages, so that's really useful. Okay, so with the Swagger UI, you can actually plug in any of the URLs to this Swagger specification, and it will generate sort of an explorer for you. So you can just click on this, and you can actually test your APIs live. So it's sort of like a form of Postman. Yeah. So this is like I expanded one of the APIs, and I think you can test it on. You can test some of the parameters and run it and see what response you can get. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick demo. So first of all, we need to design our API. So we need the Swagger editor, and it's really easy to install. There's 3 ways to install your editor. The first way is you don't even need to install. You can just go to the editor.swagger.io. The second way is that you use Docker, and the third way is you can use npm. You just clone it and just npm install, npm start. So I'm gonna try writing a Swagger spec. So I actually have a server written for a contact book application, and I'm going to use Docker to yeah. So I have Swagger editor running on Docker right now, and this is you can try clicking on new. I'll create a new code here. Okay, so when I create a new file, Swagger file, it will just generate all the a template for you, and this is quite useful. So first of all, you will start saying specifying which version of Swagger you want. So I'll just put the latest 2.0, and you put like you should tell people why you're trying to document, why is this application about. So I'll just get a contact book application. You can describe your contact book application. List of people and their contact information. So I'm going to put in my host location of my Swagger application, my server, so that I can do some testing later on. 001, and I'm just gonna delete the template code. So you start describing your paths with like using the path parameter, and then you can just put in some URLs where your API, put in the names of your URL endpoints. So I'm just gonna create a few. This is the contact endpoint, and then you put in the method you want to use to access the endpoint. So like the get description of my get endpoint would be just gets a list of contacts. You see here it's already generating the sort of explorer for you. And I'm going to create a post method for this endpoint, and the description would be add a contact. And I'm also going to create an endpoint for getting a single contact. Description, get a contact, and post. And this will be updating contact. Okay, so there's some errors right now. We can deal with that later. So I'm going to do maybe something very simple like get contact right now. So you want to tell people what to expect and what to put in for what kind of data type they want to put in and what expect to get out of the API. So you can say that this contact list API produces the application JSON type, mean type, and also consumes an application JSON mean type. You can do other kinds of other types as well. You can even do like image, PNG, multiple form data. I'm just going to do a very simple one. And the kind of responses that you will expect is responses. It expects a 200 response, and description will be the success response, and the schema of the response would be an array list of contacts. So type an array. Give it title is a context, and since this array contains items, and each contact will have a name. Type is string. So I just created an list of contacts, which that's weird. Okay, this is okay, something is wrong here. But I have my cheat sheet, so schema, let's try it. I'm not quite sure what's wrong right now.
Is it because the type needs capitalization A?
Type needs capitalization A.
I don't know. Just a wild guess. No, the array.
The array? No, I don't think it needs to be capitalized. Okay, we just continue. Let's go with it. Okay,
so why is the editor showing red on the right?
Editor is showing red. Okay, I'm not quite sure why it's showing red now. Cannot read a block, like a multi-key line when you expect a string. Not a lot of properties yet. Okay, I'm not quite sure what it means. Let me erase the whole thing and debug it.
Maybe an error up top is causing a lot of errors downstream.
Yeah. Okay, let me maybe try putting in all the responses and see how. Responses 200. Description. Sometimes it's an indentation error. It's a problem with writing YAML sometimes. Okay, I'm getting rid of some errors and parameters. Oh wait, now suddenly this works. Okay, maybe sometimes it takes a while to rebuild the preview, But now this is, so it works now, so you have list of contacts. Oh, I guess I'm not supposed to click on this. Oops, sorry. So yeah, so I got my list of contacts with a name, with an object that has a name that should be a string type. So we could add more. We could add like the phone number, description, contact, phone number. Should also be a type of string. And we can try this operation. So there's a caveat here. They say please make sure that it is a cross-origin call. So on your API server, make sure that you have enabled your editor to make a call to your API server. So I'm going to try and it works. So yeah, you can see the response from the server returns an array of objects. So that's pretty neat. So we can try doing adding a contact now instead. So to add contact, I guess we need to do the same thing. We expect to produce and consume application based on type. So just a copy and paste here. And to define the parameters for this API, we just put in the parameters. And this will be a list of parameters. So for each parameter, the schema, you can define the schema by, for a parameter, you just put in the name of the parameter, which would be the name of the contact. Describe your parameter, which is contact name, and you should put in when you expect the parameter to be. So I expect my parameter to be in the body. You can also put it in the form data, or it could be a query. But in my case, because it's a post API, I would rather put it in the form data. And also, you can make sure that people know that this parameter is required. So if you put in the required field, this is true. And you could also specify what type this parameter is expected to be. So type, string, you could do other types. So you can see it being generated here right now. So you could do other types like boolean, you put a number, and could say that this number is expected to be double. So it shows up here, number double. Or you could even do date types. And the really neat thing is that when you try this operation, let's see. Oh. Okay, I think I need to. Well, I was expecting to see the form come out here, but it's not coming out. So let's put it as a string and see whether it is. And putting the same parameter also, which would be the phone number, contact name, contact phone number, and try this operation. So it's really neat. This editor allows you to enter the parameters, and let me try putting a date again. It's not coming out. Oh man. Oh no, it's not refreshing. Okay, we'll try this. Put in my name and try sending this. The result comes out here. You can test it immediately. So it's really cool. So I'm going to try to implement the contact methods, the method for creating one contact. So there's something special with the specifying the path, specifying the contact ID as a parameter for the contacts for this path, because your identifier is part of your path right now. So if you want to specify your contact ID as a parameter, you have to say that it's inside your path instead of like inside your query. If you say it's inside query, it's expecting you to supply it as a question mark query ID, something. So you should put it as a tell people that you expect this parameter to be inside the path. So it will be required, of course. And type is a string. Okay, so we can need to try this. Expecting ID1. Yeah, looks good. So I'm just going to do the schema for the response of this API will be just the same as our list of contacts. Instead of the list, it will just be the contact object itself. Schema. Tricky to get this right sometimes, but with the editor it helps a lot. Try refreshing and see. Indent, I think it's set wrong. It's an indentation error. So be careful with writing YAML. Alright. So the remaining error I actually have is in the post. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. I don't know where. And you can see the schema for the response method is also described here. So that's pretty cool. But because it's sort of a repeat, I repeated my schema in the response and for the get list method and my get item method. So if I don't want to if I want to reuse this definition, it's quite easy to do. So you could define a data model somewhere in the bottom as definitions. I could call this the contact data model. I'm just going to copy and paste this right here. Let's go to the bottom. Okay, let's see what is that. It's the indentation. Is it working? It should work. So we define our contact model, and now it can be reused. What is wrong with this? Oh my god, I hate this. Let's go delete it. Okay, yeah, I'll fix it another time, right? So now, let's reuse this data model. So it's very easy. You can just put reference. The nice thing about Swagger Editor is that it has code completion, so I'm just going to press enter and just get rid of all this. And also the same here. And ta-da! I have my definition here. Oops. Still works. And also here. So the definition is shared right now. So that's great. So that's pretty much what I can share with you about how to write the Swagger specification. It's not difficult. It's just you just need to be careful of indentation. Yeah, and with the editor, it really makes things very easy. So if you have an indentation error, they will tell you at the side there's something wrong with the indentation, and it's really helpful. The errors will show up immediately, and you can test your operations very quickly. So that's how you write the Swagger specification. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to host my specification somewhere, so you could download this, your specs as a YAML or a JSON spec. I already have it uploaded somewhere, so 301 Swagger YAML. So I have, this is what I've written before that, and I'm going to try to show it somewhere on a documentation using Swagger UI. So let's see. So let's see. Open the index folder, and I just need to point it to where my specs are, and people can use. They can start using the Explorer for exploring the API, and it's pretty similar to the editor. Try it out. Okay, I have no response from server. Okay, but let me get Wi-Fi. PayPal, yes, and save payments, right? Save. Whoop. Okay, so I'm going to cheat and show you this pet store. Swagger.io. So you can play this. And you can actually load any APIs you want here. So you can actually just load my own API here. And export. It works. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Oh, my response are here.
No, because this one you open it as a file.
I open it as a file. And it's not working. I just changed the APIs recently, so I didn't test that. Sorry. But yeah, it's very cool. You can do lots of stuff on it. Yeah. So it's very clean, very clear cut documentation. The post, put, delete, get all color coded for you. I think you can also change the model to XML. If you want to take a look at XML, what your data will look like if you do output XML. And see, yeah, they will even throw you an error message if you don't put in the required body. So this is kind of lazy to type. So you just explore it on your own. It's petstore.swagger.io, so it's really fun to use. There's another, you can use other documentation tools. So there's another one that I found is quite nice. It's called Redoc. And it's a very, very neat version. It kind of looks like, if you've seen the Stripe API, it kind of looks like Stripe, but with less features. So it's very, very neat as well. You have your schema on the left and your response samples on the right. And you can even toggle and explore different kinds of response. So if I have a 500, this is what it will look like. And if you want to see what 200 looks like, it's like this. Copy. Yeah, so this is, Redoc is a pretty useful documentation tool you can use instead. So that's okay. So there's plenty much more to the Swagger API. You can even do security. You can even specify your security levels for your API. So you could say like this particular API needs an O authentication. So there's much more things you can do with the Swagger API that I think if you have time, you should go take a look at. And also some things to know about getting around calls. This is out of scope, so please explore on your own. I'll put the slide somewhere. And yeah, Swagger UI is really easy to install. But if you are lazy to install, you can just use the test store swagger.io and just put in the URL to your specs and you just load it. But I guess if you want to share internally, it would be nice. It would be great if you host it on your own servers. So this is Redoc. There's a link to the GitHub here, so you can take a look at it later. It's very easy to set up Redoc as well. Just need to change this line of code. All you need, this is the index page. You just need to change the URL for your specs. And I really hope to see that it looks like the Stripes API in the future. So I'm kind of waiting for more contributors to the project, and I'm just waiting for it to mature. So I talked about exploring other alternatives to Swagger. So one is called Reno. It's a Restful API model language. It's also based on YAML, the syntax, but as compared to Swagger, they use a hierarchical schema. So basically, let's say you have songs and you have songs ID to look for one particular song. You actually nest your specs under the song's endpoint. So I don't really like this hierarchical structure, but some people do. Also, if you don't like YAML because indentations suck, you can use API Blueprint, which uses a markdown syntax instead. But I find it even more verbal, so I'm not quite fond of this as well. So why do I like Swagger? There's a very, very large community for Swagger, and the schema is very comprehensive. Yeah, I said it before, you can even do security checks, specifications for it. And also, there's a very huge toolchain for Swagger. These are some commercial toolchains. And also, this is some of the tools. It's a very, very long list of tools you can use to play with Swagger. So I hope to see this grow. Yeah, it will definitely grow, but I hope to see better tools in the future. And also, I prefer a flat schema for my documentation. So yeah, that's why I chose Swagger. And if you find my tutorial very confusing, please look at this other very nice, easy to read tutorial. So that's all I have for today. Any questions?
So you're saying security checks, like if you're like, there's a lot of things that APIs are, it needs to be pre-authorized.
Yeah.
So only after you authorize it, then you can run the APIs. Like the Swagger, is there an easy way for Swagger to do authorization and then let you use the that you call?
I've not tried that actually. Let me see if they. Let me check how do they do it.
Right.
Because there is an example with the authentication.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's supported as well. Yeah,
It's
pretty
supported.
obvious.
Let me open the. I think it's the pet store full API, and they actually have API key, pet store authentication, and function. Oh, okay. So apparently you can do this sort of thing. So yeah, pretty cool. So
Very cool.
yeah. Try it. Really, try it. No setup.
So you're manually writing your API specs.
Yeah.
So is there a way to automate this? Meaning, as I create my application code, the stuff. I mean, for example, when I do PHP, there are PHP doc blocks that you can make on top of
something like Java docs.
Yes. Yeah.
This is my answer to.
So we can't
No, there's actually an
our
open source.
code with comments and blocks, and then then there's a toolchain that will automate this to create that.
No, actually there is in the open source tools, but it's language specific. So it actually similar to Java docs and all that. It hijacks specific keywords, but that one you have to look at that language tool chain itself,
Yeah.
and then it output to Swagger. That's how that tool chain works. So Swagger is more of like the common point, and then you can have a language specific documentation.
Maybe if you look into some of the Swagger code generation tools, there is like parsers for Java. Maybe you could find it somewhere in the tools.
Actually, I've seen a tool, I can't remember what it's called, but basically it's like a proxy that runs on your computer. And let's say if an application of you're running on locally, and you make calls to your endpoints, you'll actually listen to requests and build a schema based on those requests. Like for example, we create a content with ID and name, you'll actually create a Swagger schema with ID and name.
So you just have to make sure that when the proxy is on, just run your.
Just exercise your application. Something I can't remember what
Run your whole unit test through it.
Run your whole unit test.
Maybe you could do, someone could do like a Swagger from Postman, then wow, my job will be done. Yeah.
There's a way. Postman to Swagger.
Yeah,
Swagger to
research
Postman.
at Postman.
That would be great.
Swagger to Postman. Yeah, but not Postman to Swagger. Okay. Yeah.
There's Postman to Swagger.
Is it?
Yeah.
Postman
I
to
forgot
Swagger?
the website. Because I prefer the Postman way of doing things, but I like this Swagger documentation.
Yeah.